Wait, why don't you have this like pre-recorded? Since this always happens, just have it as like a clip, and you always just insert it.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then like at
the
the end you
intro.
just say, "Welcome to episode
Oh, yeah, that's
9."
true. All right. So, all right, I'll do that, I guess.
Or you just never mention the episode number. Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, we just start. Yeah.
As
All right.
always, we're here with, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use that as the intro. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Work in Progress podcast. I'm Aaron. Today. I'm joined by Carlos, Sam, Destin. You know, the usual squad, and this is being recorded on our anniversary, on our anniversary day, June 6th, right? June 6th.
Yesterday, June 6th, the Saturday of June.
Yeah.
It's very rainy,
First Saturday of June.
humid.
It's definitely being recorded today, because sentimental or whatever.
We're punctual as always.
Yeah.
We
it's been-
never fall back behind schedule.
Speaking about never following the fan schedule, when is the last day we actually uploaded?
I have it pulled up here. It's last episode
Like in
went up
February.
2 months ago. It was
2 months
right.
ago?
It was like right at the beginning of Corona. Are we,
Speaking
can, we
of-
say, can we say Corona on YouTube? Oh, okay, sorry, but
yeah,
yeah,
COVID-19.
we've been in quarantine or lockdown, whatever, for 3 months now.
Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
about that. You would think with that time being at home, we'd record an episode every week, right?
Just like stuff happened, school, and then other stuff came up. But yeah, we're back now. I don't know. We're like the most consistently inconsistent podcast. That's what I like to call us. Because you can always expect an episode. You just don't know when you're gonna get it.
You can say it's a work in progress.
Hey, roll credits. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. But
goodbye.
Yeah. Within the past 3 months, a lot has happened. So America, we've had close to like 1 million cases of COVID-19, and unfortunately, we've had over 100,000.
Fatality.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
When you think about it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody expected a whole pandemic to come.
No,
But
I don't think America was.
I remember in the beginning when I was working at Express,
Mhm.
when it was like slowly building up to it, like you would notice like changes of like I think the last time I worked there was like a bottle of hand sanitizer on the register,
Mhm.
and like people were just taking it, and like I was like, okay, who put this here, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized like,
I know.
to start
At,
there was
at
like
my work-
cleaning stuff nearby as
Yeah.
well.
at my job, like right before everything closed down, we had like spray bottles of like Lysol, and then we had the cleaning wipes, and we're just like, every time just keep wiping down the computers and everything. And it's just
Dude, we had to detox
yeah.
my fucking workplace. It's crazy. I mean, it doesn't really hit hard until it's like in your family or like close to you.
Yeah.
That's when it's like it literally feels different.
Yeah, it's like a whole it's crazy, man.
But on the bright side, NYC's entering phase 1 of reopening today.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah,
But with countries
June
and
8th,
cities that have
You
already
mean
reopened.
in a couple days.
in a couple June 8th, not today, because today is definitely Saturday, June 6th. I
Yeah,
meant to
totally
say
not
Monday.
today.
I meant to say Monday, June 8th.
But with what we've seen happened with other cities and countries that have already opened up, their cases have skyrocketed. I was reading it wasn't like a report kind of on Twitter, but like cities and that have opened up since like May 20th or something, they've already had like over 500 new cases, some even 1,000 new cases. So it's a pandemic that
I
we
mean-
need to we need to still be cautious about it. There's no returning back to normal with this.
I mean, most of it's just ignorance. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not really sacrificing anything by just wearing a face mask.
Yeah.
For people who wear oh shit, I'm dead. For people who wear glasses, wearing a face mask is pretty bad.
Dude, it
Yeah.
It
sucks.
just fogs up
It
your
sucks, man,
glasses.
'cause,
It-
It's just fogging up whole
I'm-
time. I have to like
I'm trying to
you were saying?
Go on. I was
No, you
drinking
go.
water.
Oh no, so I was
Wait.
like, so like every time I put on my mask, I gotta put my mask on, then I gotta put my like glasses at an angle to make sure it doesn't fog up when I'm walking, and it's just like,
I think it's just harder for people to start wearing their masks or keep it on since it's just getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah, I was out.
That's-
I went to the
yeah.
post office the other day, and like,
Yeah, this quarantine has made me realize how unfit I am.
dude,
Jesus.
not only that, like wearing the mask was it was hot. It was like really hot.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like hard to breathe as well with like the heat and like all the walking. It's like I don't know. I saw some
Yeah.
guy who like just walking the sidewalk, no mask, just talking on the phone or something. Like okay, like I'm not really like shaming him, you know,
Mm.
but like everyone around is wearing a mask. And like
It's-
some guy took off his mask to like start smoking, and I'm like, what's the point of wearing the
yeah.
mask at that point?
He's smoking too. That's like worse.
I feel like a lot of people aren't taking this seriously because they feel like it's not affecting them, but when it affects you, it hits hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if life is ever gonna return back to normal after this.
I think it'll take time. I think once
Yeah.
like
It'll take time once there's like a change in leadership and everything.
that too. Well, I think like a lot of things it'll probably die down. And, like people are gonna forget about it, and then it's gonna get worse. And it's like I mean, saying before it's a vaccine comes out, you know.
Yeah, and even when a vaccine comes out, there's probably gonna be a lot of people who will refuse to take the vaccine because the anti-vaxxers are out there. But
It's also gonna be crazy when like people are gonna get in line for the vaccine. It's gonna be like crowded.
oh yeah,
It's gonna be
We're-
crazy.
we're living in crazy times, man. I don't know if
Freaking
funny.
Obama just making speeches better than this shithole. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know if we could compare this to the Spanish flu, but like 100 years ago when the Spanish flu hit, the first wave it wasn't that bad, but when the second wave hit, it was devastating, and I'm just hoping people could learn from that and take this a little bit more seriously, but it's not looking like that. So we're in for a ride. I don't think because we all live in the city, so I don't think our colleges are opening back up for the fall semester, and
I don't think I'm gonna take a fall semester this year.
oh really?
Just because like my mental health is not good right now.
Understandable.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
So it's like I haven't told my mom yet, but I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like you shouldn't force yourself to do something that you know you can
Yeah.
do 100% in. Yeah.
Especially now with like everything being like the at-home classes, like you know, on paper that sounds like oh I get to be at home chilling to take courses, you know, it sounds easy, but like
yeah.
it's so easy to slack off, and like
Yeah.
the amount of times
Definitely.
I wake up, I'm on my bed and I'm like, do I want to go to this class? You know, all I gotta do is go to my like computer, it's right there, but do I want to
Yeah.
get up and do that?
It's also
My
just
$3,000 gaming computer.
hard.
Why do I need to use this for college work?
Yeah, for real.
No, but I think college just became harder once everything transitioned to online learning.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
so
know,
hard for them to
because
stay focused.
a couple of my professors they didn't know how to use like the online services properly, so and it
What did you guys use, like Zoom?
yeah, one of my professors used Zoom, another one used Blackboard, and then another one just like uploaded the lectures to YouTube, so it's like we couldn't even like have like discussions in class, and then another one of my professor just gave us assignments and just typed up his lectures and sent them.
Had one professor, she's in construction, so she would always, or towards the end of the semester, she would always just show up late to class,
Oh,
or she wouldn't even have time to like make it home, so she would try enjoying the class from work, and she
Oh,
would just
damn.
drop out. Like the internet would kill the entire class, and then we basically just didn't have class for like an entire.
that's like the crazy part. Is just like I don't feel like, yeah, colleges for sure they were not ready for it because because I know the school
Because I
system.
know there was a case at
I think so too. Yeah. The library.
There was.
There's a
um,
library.
someone working in the
assistant or
library
something? Yeah.
had it, but yeah. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. But
I think
I,
a couple of colleges got it.
these colleges, they weren't. I know in the city, I think had it too.
I think NYU.
Yeah,
You start NYU didn't.
No. Okay. Was it the city?
I had one.
Yeah, I remember it was the first one. That was what I think led to because I don't think they were gonna close down, but then when John case came out,
Yeah,
then
and then he came out.
came out after everything closed down already.
I think so. Actually, yeah.
But I don't think these colleges already, because we had one that break week right when they were trying to transition, and then that wasn't even like enough, that we had to take another transition week. So it was like those couple weeks, those were crazy because we weren't learning anything. We were meeting like once or twice. The professors didn't know what to do, and it was insane, man. Like the semester's over now, but like what could we
The
do
semester's
this?
over, but I don't feel like I accomplished anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I was in school, I thought that all the online classes would be easy, but now I'm like, no, I learn more in a classroom environment rather than online.
Yes. I felt like I taught myself a lot this semester.
Mm.
With everything. Like
Yeah.
me and a couple of my classmates, we all had to like join a group call and just
Yeah.
go over like problems and stuff, just to understand anything. And it's like we got, I guess, kind of like the lucky side of it, where colleges closed earlier for us,
Mm.
and then like you have like all the public school
Yeah.
like still open, so now all the kids are spreading it, teachers are getting it.
I mean, that's the thing.
What?
Like,
Our schools
like,
aren't opening back up, are they? The public schools.
no, they are.
They are?
Like, like, what do you mean, public school?
Yeah, like are they gonna open back?
Yeah,
Do we
they're
know if
gonna open in September.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, small kids, they were at like low risk though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I heard a lot of kids now are getting it, and they're like, it's hitting them hard now.
And well, it's like a special mutation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the mutation's not common, but it's still happening.
Yeah. And I think especially for like the younger kids, it's gonna be hard for them to like because even if it doesn't affect the kids, but like when they go home it could still transfer to them, and they won't like have any symptoms, but they could still transfer it to like adults that live with them. So it's like
Yeah.
when
mean,
stuff
when
opens
I-
back up and schools open back up, I don't feel like they should force the kids to go. I think it should be like an option, because people are still at risk. Families are still at risk. There's like high chances older.
Like, that's the thing. Like, once like school and work opens back up, I think I'm gonna like have to focus on mental health for like my students and stuff.
Mhm.
Because I don't know what they went through. I don't know what could have happened to their families, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty important that I guess I should bring it up.
anyone have any plans for when everything officially opens up?
Not
Anything?
really.
Anything they wanted? Anything they've been looking forward to?
I mean, all I'm saying is like, like if someone's trying to like get in the same vehicle as me, I'm gonna hold out like a fucking temperature scanner.
I don't.
Before I let you
I
in.
don't think I'll be like comfortable using public transportation again for now.
Not for a long time, yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm happy I got my license when I got it, because now I'm like, okay, if I need to go anywhere, I'll drive, and if it's not important, I'm just stay home. I'm not gonna like
I have
force
like
myself
a
to go.
like, dude, like ever since like my dad passed, my brother has his car, I have my own car, and now my dad's car is just like sitting there. So it's like, so it's like I want to use his car more, but like, goddamn, when I his car wasn't like used in like I think 3 months.
Oh,
So it's
damn.
like when I went in to like get the
battery was
car
dead.
wash and everything, when I pushed on the brakes, they started squeaking. I thought I was gonna die.
Damn.
I thought I was gonna die. I was like, holy shit, why are these brakes fucking squeaking? And then tire pressure was just like non-existent. so I had to like reinflate that.
Did you reinflate that at your house or?
No, I went to the fucking gas
Yeah.
station to do that.
Okay.
You know how like some gas stations have like raters on them
Yeah.
for like how much psi you have in
Yeah.
your tires? Yeah. The one I went to didn't have it, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, and
Blow up my
like
tire.
I called my brother. I was like, how do I know it's good? And it's just like you just have to look at the tire. I'm like, the fuck?
Oh shit! Damn.
Like that doesn't help.
I guess something
it's
like a lot of experience gives you, huh? Just can look at it and can tell. It's like eyeballing something.
I mean, it was like the first time I went to like that gas because the other ones that I go to actually have like a built-in PSI rater. But like once I got that fucking fixed, it finally felt like I was able to drive the car.
Carlos, do you have your license?
No, I have my permit.
Are you gonna? Do you want to get your license?
You guys
You
have
know,
a full-on permit or license, right? Besides you, Aaron
No, I have my license.
and me. Yeah.
I never thought of like doing because I go to school in the city. Everywhere I go is like train. I live near the train station. Like the one train I actually need it. So it's like everything I need is like around me already. So it's like I never like had the thought of like having to drive
Yeah,
somewhere.
but let's put it in the scenario. What if you actually had, I don't know, let's say your parents buy you a car or whatever, and
That'd be their mistake of buying me a car with
and,
that.
and,
My license.
and this whole pandemic happened, would you be more comfortable either driving
Oh,
or taking public
Most
transport?
definitely driving. Like
Yeah.
right now, I wouldn't dare to enter a train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
But it's something like we have to overcome and just do.
That's
Like
like
know,
something I've been doing. Like
Do you
public driving.
you have?
I've been just like
Do-
going like, every other day.
Driving is not bad. All you
It's
like
it's very therapeutic.
like-
I've realized.
rule number one is to look at the ground in front of you. Like look at the road, not like at the car. I mean, yeah, like you have to at some point look at the car in front of you,
Yeah.
but like don't look at other shit. It's so annoying because it's like when you have passengers in your car, they're just like, oh, look at that, look at that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, I can't. Would you rather have me crash or?
If
Do
I
you
turn
want
my
to
head,
die or do you
wanna
want to get to where we need to go?
I swear, when someone does that, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, you wanna drive? I have a friend that failed her driving test because like she got spooked by an instructor
Really?
and jumped a curb. Yeah,
Oh damn! Oh, when I took my
I-
driving test, somebody
I
like
make fun of her
literally
for that.
drove into the curb, and I was like, oh, jeez.
I don't know. I didn't feel scared of driving for
okay.
the instructor. I was scared of the instructor.
Oh really?
I think that's what
I
I
was
think
like,
that's what it
I was
is.
like, I was like, please don't talk to me. Just look at what I do. That's it.
I took the driving test. I took it twice, but the first person that tested me, they weren't
Mhm.
paying attention to what I was doing, and I was looking
Oh, what
because
the hell?
they were like, oh, you didn't, because like I remember I was doing parallel parking, right? And you do all the things that you do when you're practicing. You look in your mirrors, look in your blind spot, and right after I looked in my blind spot, she was like, oh, you didn't look in your blind spot. I was like, wait, I
Like,
did.
motherfucker, I
And
did.
it's like, you're not paying attention. It's like, and then it wasn't. And then I remember they wrote me up for driving on the curb, right? But I wasn't even close to the curb when I pulled in. I mean, I was close,
I
but, like,
mean,
I didn't
that's.
drive.
I
didn't
don't
hit the
even know
curb.
why. I don't even know why instructors cite you on that
Who
driving.
even are these people?
Who stands
Bro,
at the curb?
It's just like, I don't know, it's like
Like,
they go hard
like-
for no reason. It's like the only thing that they have authority in. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna take this and run,
If you back up on the curve, like that's fine. Just like go forward until you
Yeah.
fall off the curb and straighten out the car. It's
Yeah.
not that difficult.
But I remember the
You can
person,
crash
they were
into
looking outside the windows to the side, looking at the trees, looking at the birds, and they weren't looking at me. And then when we were pulling in at the end of the test, the person in front of me like ran up on the curb, like on the grass and everything. And I think they were looking at that and thought I did that because my person was like an older person. So
Yeah.
it's like they're not even paying
Oh,
attention.
I mean,
And they're
if
writing
you're
me up
all
on
the
stuff.
way up on the grass, then yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but I think
Like if you
they
just
were
clip the curb, then that's
Yeah.
fine.
I was nowhere near the curb and they cited me for that. I'm like, what? Like how? you
The
saw
only
that
thing
was
I
moving
was
the car.
cited for was braking too abruptly, which I
Mm.
mean, I kind of don't understand how I did that.
And then
Like,
took the
I think
te-
my braking's fine, but
I took the test back like the week after, and then I passed it perfectly fine. The only thing I got cited on was I was doing. They said I did too much when I was parking, but I was like, if I didn't do too much, I would.
if I
you
did
know.
too much, I wouldn't have parked in the first place.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, that's better
You had
than.
to take the
the
5-hour
first-
class, right?
Oh yeah, I took that like the first day.
Dude, my like my driving ed teacher was just like, he was a brown guy, so you know, fucking instant cheat. So it's just like
Hey, my
he saw me
brother.
drive and he was just he saw me drive. He was like, dude, I don't even need to take this 5-hour course.
Yo.
I'm like sort of wondering, like, was he helping me out, or is he like fucking me over for the future?
No, the 5 hour course is basically everything that you know what to do already.
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Hey, you could just find it on YouTube." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
I think Carlos was talking about the test, and he was. I think. What were you afraid of? The test?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What test?
What were you afraid about for drivers?
I wasn't afraid of anything.
Yes, you were.
What are you talking about?
Or maybe it was someone else. I don't know. I might be confusing you with someone else.
I didn't take the test yet. I only had my permit. I didn't
Yeah, I
go
know.
for the. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You were afraid of it.
Hmm.
You had like some question.
Just now?
No, not now. Like
Ah.
before, like a few days back or something.
No. Doesn't ring a bell.
I know it wasn't Brian. Okay. I wouldn't trust Brian with the car either.
I think when I took my permit, I failed my permit the first time. The test the first time.
Wait, you
'Cause-
failed the right? You failed
What?
the permit.
Yeah. Cause
How do you do that?
I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with the answers they gave me. Cause I remember one of the
I
One
make
of the
my own
questions-
rules.
one of the question was like you're backing up of a driveway, right?
Okay.
Mm.
And there's kids.
Okay.
Like, what do you do? I chose you honk the horn and they move. But the answer was you get out the
Wait.
car and tell them to move.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
what?
I'm like, bro, I'm honking the car. Don't hear the car. Like, what do you, I'm
Wait.
not getting on my
Wait,
car.
wait, those kids can hear the car too.
Exactly. So it's like some of the answers didn't make sense to me.
What else did you get wrong?
I don't remember. That's like the only one that stood out to me.
Dude, I never got that question. Thank God.
Yo, for
I was like, what the heck?
Dude, like when
my
I
things
was
were like
taking
basic.
the test.
It was like, what sign
Yeah, it
is
was
this? What does this
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you're driving here, what do you do? And it's like,
Really? Mine were like some of mine were like
Dude, what
Alcohol
DMV did you go to?
some of them were like alcohol chemistry stuff.
what?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, actually, I had some of those questions,
yeah.
and I still passed them.
A lot. There's a lot of mine, and I had some like logical ones, and I didn't have any like, what does this mean? What is no? It was all like straight stupid questions. I'm like, dude,
Oh man.
Dude, before like days before I took the actual test at the DMV, like my mom was like, "Oh, like just take a mock test." I'm like, "All right,
That's how I
whatever."
studied. I
I
didn't
took a
look
mock
at
test.
I
I
just,
took
I
mock
just,
test.
I
did
even
fun.
I never took a mock test, and I still passed 20 for 20.
really?
Holy shit! Yeah, I don't know if
the
I have the
test-
receipt or
A
not.
lot of the tests, most tests, it's common sense most of the time.
Yeah.
You just got some weird questions, Carlos.
I guess my comments in what the state agrees on.
Well, it's all subjective, anyways.
Carlos, if you park on a hill, what do you have to do?
Put it in park.
Floor it.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
but like, you also have your e-brake on.
Yeah. Like, are you saying like after I'm parking or during the parking?
No, after.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't say that.
Okay. So.
Well, it's multiple choice, right?
And during the driving test, they look at a lot of like minor things. They're like, when you go in, the first thing you want to do is put on your seatbelt and then check your mirrors and then turn on the car, or turn on the car and then check your mirrors, depending on the car that you're in. But it's like they get you on a lot of minor things that you have to like make sure you have down before you.
Yo,
take
my
the
dad,
driving test.
when my dad was teaching me, he told me, it's like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. Everything might be already set up, but pretend you're taking for the first time. He said, put on your seatbelt, look at the mirrors, check again, double check, move the mirror around, even though it might be perfect, just move it back. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's what-
he said, make sure you do everything, clean the dust off, doesn't matter,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. That's what my driving instructor did too. The that I was taking classes with. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave everything the same. It's just when you come in, all you gotta do is adjust the chair and just pretend you're like fixing the mirrors."
Dude,
was like,
my driver instructor didn't say anything. He just got out of the car and said, "Good luck,"
He's like, okay,
and closed the door.
let me know how it goes.
Darren, where did you take your test?
I took mine's
What I
in
ta- I took mine at Jamaica's DMV.
Oh damn, you took it there.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I
you
mean,
have to drive. You have to
it's
drive around
closer.
Jamaica.
Oh no, I did not.
Oh.
I drove around more on Forest Hills.
Oh okay.
Actually,
Oh,
wait,
okay.
no, not Forest Hills. What the fuck am I saying? Like on.
Oh okay.
That's where I
okay.
drove around.
I took mine.
Oh, okay.
I have
So
no
you
idea
did it
where
closer to
that
me then.
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus Christ, that's so far.
It's not that far from me. It's like 20 minutes from my house. The test was.
I think the only time you'll get nervous is when they tell you to get on the highway.
I haven't driven on the highway yet. I want
Are you
to,
serious?
but
What?
yeah,
You didn't do it for the test?
no.
Oh.
No,
My
for the
test-
test they don't do that. They just take you around the corner. They make you do a couple of turns. They make you go through a stop sign, whatever, and that's
Yeah,
it.
and
And
then
they make you
park
park.
and-
That's it.
yeah,
that's the
that's
whole
it.
fucking test.
Really?
But like the drive.
Alright.
No, I'm gonna go take it right now. Hold on.
No, but you have to do it. You have to make sure you do it like properly because they're looking at you on that. Like when you're doing your 3-point turn, you gotta make sure you're doing it.
Okay.
But,
Well, honestly, I don't know how to park.
The parking was hard. Cause I parked like fine, but like I'm like way out on the street.
Cause the way my instructor told me was, you measure yourself halfway to the
Mhm.
car that's in front of you,
Yeah.
and then you rotate the wheel once to the right, and then you
Once,
back
yeah.
up, and then once you see like a V shape
The
in
V
your
in the
mirror,
the V.
that's
in
when
the
you rotate twice to the left,
mirror.
and then
Oh.
you just do that. But I don't
My
fucking
guy-
do that.
My guy told me
I
go
just
all the way to the
rotate
left.
hard right. I just
Uh-huh.
rotate hard right, get it straight enough to where I can back up, and then just fucking hard left.
Hard left, yeah.
And that's it. Like, what is this? One turn to the right, two turns to the left. I can't.
That
do
was confusing, yeah.
I'm not counting that.
But it's what the DMV wants. I don't know, man. It's the DMV.
Who,
They-
who are these people in the DMV to tell you the correct way to do it? Like,
They also tell you to feed the wheel. That is
I don't-
really bad. That's really bad. You're better off just cycling your hands
Yeah.
over each other. It's faster and it's a lot fucking easier. Feeding the wheel is just like using the palms of your hands and moving the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your fucking DMV driver permit, guys.
that's your driver's ed
Go
part of
do
the
Go do it.
podcast.
It's easy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I got my license like 2 weeks right before everything just like before the world shut down basically. I'm
Oh,
kinda
I was about
happy
to say you got it in like 2 weeks.
I got it right in time. And I've been driving like
I got mine like right after high school.
I was gonna do it over the summer.
It's kind of crazy how it's
Yeah,
been
you-
3 years.
You were the first one to get it out of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how like I did it like immediately after,
I
like on
wanted
my
to,
first
but
first semester of school.
I kept putting it off. I don't know why I put it off for so long.
I wanted to put it off because it was like, you know, I have school and whatnot. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to like put this shit into my head. But my dad was just like, nah, dude, you're
Yeah.
driving. And it's just like I mean, I think he did it for like a pretty good reason, because it's just like he wants to like make me comfortable with driving.
Having your license early is good because you get comfortable, like you said. Yeah, you're more confident. You're comfortable later, and it's like it's just smooth sailing from there.
And also, I think like it helps with like insurance because like you've had your license longer. So like when you're like 24, it wouldn't be your insurance wouldn't be as high as someone who got their license at 21.
Yeah.
That's
Wait.
like my next thing. I need to get a car. I want to get a car.
A new Mirror's Edge game came out.
Have you guys, Aaron, you've seen the car my brother owns?
Have I?
Yeah, on my
you
Snap.
post? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the 2020 Civic. Dude, he fucking. Well, I just cursed, so you're gonna have to edit that out. But
Oh,
he like did so much work on it.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of insane.
I thought I was going in a different direction.
I thought you said he crashed it or something.
Yeah, like he totaled the car. I was like, oh damn.
I mean, it's crazy how much work he's done to it.
Cause he got the underneath lights.
I put like his Instagram link, but you can see like how the car like it just evolves over time.
Oh, I see.
Oh damn, that's nice.
Like look at like the first post and then just like look like even closer. It just evolves with time.
I like
Is it
the
the cars Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
See, whenever I needed like a ride somewhere, I'd always like make friends at college, and all of them had cars.
All of them have cars.
They just drive me. They're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, you want to take me home?" They're like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, one of my friends
Dude,
from
that's
college,
what my
he literally,
coworker did.
one of my friends from college literally lives like 2 blocks away from me, so I would just like get a ride with him like the days we have the same schedule.
That's crazy.
But next man, I'm low key hoping we could go back by spring semester because I would like to end, you know, my college career on campus instead of on Zoom.
Oh,
But
you want a graduation?
I might, cause like my friends might graduate. I think are going to graduate at the same time, so I'm like, it'd be cool we all graduate together.
Not everyone's graduating at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not.
Take it at your own pace.
Yeah.
Really.
But I'm gonna be
You
finished.
do whatever is comfortable for you.
I think I'm gonna be ahead of credits, so I might finish. I might
Earlier.
be
How many
part.
classes are you taking?
Well, I'm gonna take 5 next semester, and then I think by when I'm done with that, I'll only have like 12 credits left. So maybe like 4 or 3 classes the following semester.
So you're graduating on time. Well, on time. Graduating on time is always sick. There's no real like.
On time's a really like
It's
strange
very
word.
yeah. I'm graduating in
Because-
4 years.
because
I'll
for
just say it like that.
college, Yeah,
I'm graduating in 4 years, but hopefully, you know.
the
if
average
everything
the
goes well.
average 4 years.
Yeah. Cause like I they really pushed it in like, you know, that you have to do everything in a time limit, but like everyone learns at a different pace. Everyone is different. No one should be forced to do anything.
That's what I don't
in a
get why
certain amount of-
they don't teach that in high school.
I don't.
To
It's feel
just
like
not rush anything, because that's
From
what
young-
that's
from,
where
like-
a lot of people end up suffering, because
Yeah.
they rush into classes they don't know, and they
Yeah.
just get overwhelmed.
that happened with me. Like before, when I knew what I wanted to do, I was like, oh, in my like freshman sophomore year, I don't know what I wanted to do, but like I just like said I was gonna do this one major, and I just rushed into it because I thought, oh, I have to finish everything fast. But you know, my GPA was like not happy with that, and because like I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just doing stuff because you know they said we have to finish everything fast, and it's just like if I knew what I know now, if I had known it back then, I would have like taken everything a lot more chill. I would have taken, you know, four class semester, and then maybe like 2 summer classes, and then just not stress myself out with the 5 or 6 classes that I used to take during the semester.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a lot of the times, like if you don't have like a good advisor in your freshman year, it's gonna mess you up. So, but like
Yeah.
when I met my advisor in sophomore year, he really like helped me figure everything out properly. So it was cool. The biggest thing is though, if you know somebody who went to college or is in college, you should always like ask them for like advice or help on something, because they'll have more.
Because
They'll
that's
know
the
more.
best person.
Yeah. Like one of my friends, her sister went to college, the same college, so she just helps her out with all of her scheduling and stuff.
I don't think I've really done any or much with advisement. It's
Mhm.
always been like a thing. I've always
Yeah.
planned everything out. Then I go to the advisor and I'm like, this is what my schedule is going to be. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, it looks good. And then I just leave.
I remember.
All right,
They take off the hold and that's it.
I remember like the advising used to be mandatory. Like you couldn't make your schedule unless you go to an advisor, and they released the hold on your
Came first.
yeah. But like now, I don't think they have that anymore for us since we're upperclassmen now.
Uh,
I remember when I was first going to NYT, like right before. This is like right after like I finished enrolling to.
Mhm.
I was about to enter like everything with classes in.
Oh man.
I totally forgot to like what's the word on withdraw?
Yeah.
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 Damn.
Wait, when did you realize that?
Um.
When you get the bill.
No, not when I get
This halfway through the semester, Carl
I
gets an
think-
email from City Tech.
I think like I want to say like a week or two right before like it was official.
Be cutting it close.
Yeah, I cut it real close.
So I guess with the passing of passing is like underselling it. With the police like straight up killing George Floyd. I guess it did set everything off. Not saying like it's all happening because he died, but like I guess it was a build up with like who was the one right before him? Like
Breonna Taylor.
no was she the one?
I mean, she was another one like around the same time. She kind of passed to similar reasons, kind of. But
Yeah.
there's Freddie Gray, Philando Castillo.
Yeah, there's a last night. It's not even like
Eric
no
Gardner.
point like trying to put someone down like as a name or specific. It was I guess it's a build up from all that, and it's like the people finally like what.
Enough's enough.
I mean, it's not their first time like protesting because it happened before. It didn't like a few years back.
Yeah, there have been protests every time. There was one in Ferguson and I think New York City when Eric Gardner passed.
But unfortunately, all that like dies down. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's a bit more serious.
Like people have time, so
Yeah. Like, I guess
they're
it's
more
more.
dedicated to the cause.
That's true. It's a bit more serious now. People like are more committed, more dedicated, all around the world too. Like in France, they're protesting.
Yeah, France, Belgium. They're even
UK.
they're protesting in Australia, even in Syria and Palestine, where there's civil wars going on, and they're protesting for us too. And it's like this is a worldwide issue, because this isn't. I mean, it's
It's a human rights. It's
yeah,
human
it's,
rights.
it's human rights, and people, they need to be heard now. It's just like now it's like, if it's not gonna happen now, when's it gonna happen?
Seems like more of those now or never kind of things.
Yeah.
Like this one isn't gonna die down.
No, I have a strong feeling that it won't, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't die down either. This is a very important topic, and it's something that needs to be talked about. That shouldn't be pushed under the rug. Something that shouldn't be. It's not a trend. This is a serious issue. It's not a trend for Instagram. It's not a trend for social media numbers, for TikTok views. This is something serious, and if we don't change it, when's it gonna be changed? When's the change gonna happen?
There are people everywhere posting on social media, like retweeting, reposting, putting on their stories.
yeah.
Like, what's that word? When you like sign something, petitions. There
Petitions,
you go.
yes. There have been petitions. There've been
There's so many for like
Donations.
everything now.
yeah. I'm happy that everything is being brought to light. It's like we need change now. Like it's
Reform of the police department is really necessary.
yeah. It definitely needs reform, in my opinion. Across the
Did you
country.
guys watch that video?
Which one?
That Canadian chick in Central Park,
Oh, the
the bird
dog?
watching guy.
Yeah, the Christian Cooper and Amy Cooper video. Yeah, that too. That like, yeah, okay. So if for context, a couple weeks ago in Central Park in New York City, there was a man who was bird watching, and he noticed that a lady was walking her dog without a leash, and in that area of the park, you have to keep your dog on a leash. And he told her that, and then she accused him of harassing her, which there's video that he wasn't, and then she threatened to call the police and lie about what was happening. Yeah, that went viral, and he recorded everything. So she was proven, she was exposed as lying, because when she called the police, she was over exaggerating. That would be the right term. She was over exaggerating what was happening, and yeah, she went viral. She got fired from her job, I believe, and
Yep.
and that's not the first time a video like that has come out. With the
No.
barbecue one a couple years ago, and then with the little girl selling water bottles on her sidewalk in front of her house, and it's it's obvious that these are racist, racially fueled incidents, and
also entitled to themselves as well.
wait, you're coming off. You're low, Carlos.
I'm low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
All right. They just feel so entitled, you know.
Mhm.
Like they walk around thinking, you know, they're the bee's knees.
And we're gonna include links in the description down below if anybody wants to educate themselves on the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, there's actually a specific website.
Yeah.
I can find it right now.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the name of it off the top of my head, but I know
I'll
the
look
website
for
you're
it
talking
right
about.
now.
Yeah. But yes, there's many petitions going around, many ways you could educate yourself by texting numbers to demand justice for these victims. And that's what I've been just like trying to educate myself a lot more on the topic. Because like, you know, even though I have grown up in New York City, I still would like to educate myself on this. And I feel like everybody should educate themselves on what's happening, especially if you're not a black person in America. We don't experience the same amount of injustice that they do. So it's our job to educate ourselves and our families and friends who may not see this as an issue.
Have you
What's happening?
ever experienced any, I don't know, harassment or like what's the word? It's like just based on the way you look.
Who, me?
Any of us, we're all colored.
I
Not
mean,
really.
Not really. I mean, I'm Muslim, so I've had instances when people have asked me if I knew like Osama and Saddam, if they were my dad and stuff. But like, other than that,
You're joking, right?
no,
So-
serious.
That sounds like
Really?
jokes, like between friends
Yeah.
or something.
Sounds
Yeah,
good,
but
dude.
like, you know, but like other than that,
But you
not
don't know
really.
who's serious.
Yeah, but I know it was like, I don't know. Back then, I never realized it as such, but looking back, you know, that's kind of messed up. You know, we weren't that. I wasn't really that close with the people when they would ask me that, but
Mhm.
now recently, I've never
bro.
experienced
Good.
you know, anything just based on how I look. You know.
Okay.
My ninth grade was wild, bro. What's gonna say?
Oh yeah. And then that was a no for you, Carlos, right?
No for me, but
No.
I do. I was around this instance where Aaron. I don't know if you want to talk about this, or you can cut it out if you want. But do you remember when we went to the UN
Mhm.
and like, do you remember when we were going through the?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Okay. So when we were part of what was it?
Model UN.
Model UN. Yeah, we were part of Model UN, and we went to the UN. I remember we were all going through you know, the check-in part where they just look at your they just look at your name badge. They don't even do nothing. And I remember there was like everyone's going through. You know, Carlos went through. A couple other guys. Jason went through. Ray went through. And everyone just went through. You know, perfectly fine. And then you know the guy was like, "Oh, you come over on this line. You know, there's nobody else in this line." And then they scanned my badge, and I was like, "Huh." That's kind of, you know, you know, I know my last name is, you know, what it is, but like, you can't really tell. But I was like, I didn't really think about it.
Wait, what'd they think of your last name?
Well, you know, I don't know. It's just like, I'm a brown dude. My last name's, you know.
That's his.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
What do you-
No, for a second, I thought his last name was Brethren.
No, me too. Me too. Me too.
I was like, wait.
come on,
I was
we're
kind
on
of
a-
thinking. I was like, that's. I was like, wait, what was wrong with your badge? I thought it said Moss Brethren on it.
It said my real name. It said my real name.
I forgot that you have an actual name.
Not just Moss Brother. Wow.
I'm like
Yeah.
trying to imagine your name texting Aaron Brethren. Or Aaron
Yeah.
Brethren.
Oh my gosh.
I like
Jesus.
caught me off guard. I'll be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to think about what was Aaron's last name.
That's why I had to ask him. I was like, bro, like, what was wrong with the badge?
Wow. Damn.
Damn, dude. That's
That's
how you
pretty
know we haven't talked in so long.
But I don't think that was the reason I just think, it's just coincidence that I was pulled aside. They probably did that with everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Sure.
But yeah, we all went through just fine.
Okay, they probably do every other person or something. I don't know.
Every other brown person. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I don't really know. It is what it is for me.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think it's small things like that.
For me, like a lot of race things, I just let it slide.
Yeah.
I guess it's because
Yeah, me too.
I guess I'm not that hard on it as I was before in 6th grade. I mean in 9th grade.
Ninth grade.
I guess for me, it's like it's whatever, you know. Call me what you will. I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm just gonna laugh at it. But I guess this one is a bit different though. It's not just like name calling at that point.
Yeah,
This
This
yeah.
one's
like-
like actively doing something that's morally wrong.
This is actual like, I don't want to say hatred. This is actual injustice. And it's like,
Yeah. Like from what's happening with me, what happening with like us compared to like what's happening with black people is like, it's. I mean, for me personally, I know that it's not. This is like not even on like the scale that happens to black people. So it's like
it's
what
no
happens with
way.
me that could like be pushed aside when they have like actual like injustice happening to them.
Yeah, like there's actual lives at stake.
It's crazy. Like, I do shout out to all like the people protesting.
Yes.
It does,
Shout
like-
out to everybody who's willing to protest during a pandemic. It's a scary
Bold.
time out there, and then you guys are
Yeah.
risking your lives for this. That's very honorable, very admirable.
And
I
it'll
would
make a
I would be out there too, but with my immune system, I know I would catch corona,
Yeah, you-
and
you get sick fast.
yeah.
I remember
I
like
would also like to go.
I would like text Aaron like every day. They'd be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm sick. I'm in bed. I have a cold." Like, bro, you had one last week. I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
I haven't been sick since January.
yeah. Don't jinx it.
I actually haven't been sick since maybe February.
How odd.
But I
Stop going
remember.
outside. Stop getting sick.
I mean, now I don't even go outside, but like allergies like are still beating me. Another one.
Hmm.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
What do you think like should be something that should be a priority in the system?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like like what's one thing you want to see changed and accomplished?
I want reform. I want accountability. I want
Right. Give me one thing.
Well,
Give me
first
like
we have.
one change that you can see.
Okay. I think first off we should make police officers study at an
More
academy
accountable.
for a longer time.
For the NYPD or
Just in general, police academies across the country is between some 6 weeks, some 8 months. I don't
I
even
know
think 8 months is enough.
NYPD is 8 weeks, I think.
Yeah, about 6 months or so, I think, NYPD. But even that's not enough. I
so short.
believe like
That's
for
nowhere near enough
for
to give somebody
NYP,
a gun.
huh?
That's nowhere near enough just to give somebody a gun like that.
Yeah, I
Fucking
feel like
that.
they should study for at least 2 years.
I think.
At-
do you think?
at
I
least.
think. I never thought about this before right until now. Like it just came to my head. Like some law would be nice for them to learn as well.
I think we need to get rid of the what is it? It's something that allows police officers to get off the hook. It's qualified immunity. I think it's what it's called. I think we need to get rid of
Qualified
that.
Immunity police. Yep, that's what it is.
I think we need to get rid of that because police need to be held accountable for their actions. And I know it's not all police, but like for the ones that do, they need to be held accountable. Because many times do people get off because it needs
police.
we need change. We need accountability. We need action. We need change in this man.
Something I think should be a priority right now is like have like seriously defunding the police.
And
Because
I
they get-
believe that too.
they get too much money.
I know. I think
The
in New York.
benefits just from doing what, like, is it 10 years? And then they're able to, no, Is it? They're able to like retire and then have what?
I think it's like 20
7
years. After
20?
20 years, yeah.
It's not that much.
I know in
Alright.
NYPD, NYPD, I think gets about 6 billion allocated to them on each
Yeah.
budget every. I feel like
That's way too much.
that's yeah. I feel
How
like
little they
that
do.
I feel like that could be relocated into schools and into communities.
School shelters,
Well,
hospitals.
Yeah, especially in
Yeah.
underprivileged areas where, because like it
Yeah,
was
stuff
better.
like public housing
Yeah.
and stuff.
You know what?
It's-
That's it. You know, you're right. That's the noggin. Defund that money, move it to the low income areas.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that
because
should be
they
like,
need it. Instead of policing those areas, why not fund those areas so they could flourish?
Hmm.
like instead of worried about like the crime that can be happening there, why don't you make it better? So, you know, the crime
Yeah.
doesn't happen over there.
So they wouldn't feel, even if it doesn't need to be policed as highly as it is. You know, it's
And I feel like this whole movie would be a lot more better if like our president was a bit more
a
More
I
little
little
fire.
fire.
confident.
was a bit more, you know.
Wasn't a racist.
Yeah. Totally
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, this movement would have been like, it would be so easy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can
yeah.
you imagine if this movement happened while Obama was president? Oh my god.
Yo,
Be
so many
so
people
much
would be out for Obama. All these angry white people.
Really?
I don't think we could have done it while having a black president.
Yeah.
'Cause people were furious when Obama got into
Just Obama, not Obama. Sorry.
presidency.
Trump just says the most like. Do you guys follow him on Twitter?
Nope.
I can't. I can't. For like, I can't follow too much political stuff because it.
Listen, I follow Trump, letting you know nothing political about it. It's just nonsense.
Mhm.
This dude retweets his own tweets. It's like what?
Just
This
in
dude
case you
tweeted like
missed
he tweeted Law and Order, just that Law and Order like four
yeah,
times.
I remember.
I'm like, what? What? Law and Order what?
His most
then-
recent tweet was pretty crazy.
it. Oh, this one.
Yeah, the one I put in the group chat.
This year has seen the lowest crime numbers in our country's record history, and now the radical left Democrats wants to defund and abandon. Please, sorry, I want Law and Order. There it is again, Law and Order.
Why'd you say it like that?
Why is he? Why
know.
did
It's a TV series.
Yeah.
I mean,
play the
it's a
music.
good show and all, but like we don't need to talk about it so much. But oh man, it's
I'm pretty sure he's watching it too. That's why he's been saying it.
he wants Law and Order, more seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants more seasons.
It's
Bro.
his next
Can you
tweet.
blame him?
More
It's a
Game of
freaking
Thrones.
The radical left is out for me again. Game of Thrones.
Different president. One more.
I know Biden was talking about in his tweets like he was talking about something. I didn't really look into it as much, you know, politics and like
yeah.
I'm not a really like, you know, politics man. I don't like going into it. It's a lot. It can be very confusing. But he was talking about like defunding the police. That's like what I saw from it. So I wonder how that goes. I wonder
And
how far
I am a very political man, and
You are.
it's
Isn't it your major political science?
yeah.
Oh.
So he
And
has to by choice.
I there's it needs change all around. I don't think voting for one party is going to change it over another party.
This whole party thing is stupid, man. I don't know.
People need to start focusing on the individual, voting for an individual rather than just the party, because let's be honest, both parties are at fault here. They're both highly
Both
corrupt.
parties kind of suck.
They're both highly corrupt.
One just
And
knows how to take advantage of the supporters.
yeah, and they're just looking for the left is just gonna try to like appeal to the movement. The right is gonna try to appeal to the people who are against the movement, and it's not right. There just needs to be unity. There needs to be stop focusing on dividing everyone.
There needs to be law and order.
We just need someone to unite everyone.
I heard Dwayne Johnson was running or announced
Okay.
presidency.
I don't know if that was a joke or not.
I'm-
I remember back in like 2000 and what 19.
I think we've seen that we need people with actual political experience to run our country.
Very true. Like people,
I'm-
I feel
Yeah.
like if you were to actually run, I feel
I
like
I
we'll be
I
in
wouldn't.
trouble.
I mean, I love Dwayne. Yo, he's like awesome.
He's a
but
smart guy.
I need someone with political experience.
Background.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No
someone
more
with a heart.
celebrities. No more celebrities, man.
If,
A heart.
if you
Yes,
had
we need
somebody
people with a heart.
that actually cared about what's going on in America, rather than just
Then they're
Just looking good.
yeah, like self-preservation,
Yeah.
we would been way past this already. It wouldn't be wait,
It wouldn't
what,
have
day
been
10?
this bad. Yeah, it wouldn't have been this bad. More people would have been alive, you know, stuff like that.
Trump really let us down.
Not a surprise.
The entire government let us down, man.
Not a surprise. That's why I'm moving back to Canada.
That's why I should have been on the SpaceX ship and been out in space. With them.
Yeah, I should have blasted the fuck out of here.
hmm
Well, on to better days, you know. It can't get worse than it is, right?
There just needs to be a
Don't
better
say that.
system
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Like, I mean,
in,
okay,
reprimanding police officers.
I remember a mayor was talking about the mayor from I think don't quote me on this, but he was talking about like it's a good idea to give like police like officers tests or like mental tests because you know
Mhm.
they go through a lot, like you know they can get very tired,
Yeah.
just to make sure that their mental's okay to stay as officers.
That is true,
So I think that's a good idea.
because they pull a lot of overtime shifts,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
and then you become very tired, irritated. You don't think properly, and
Mhm.
you just end up killing people by accident.
Quote unquote accident.
Some of it's by accident. Some of it's actually just like,
some of it is very not accidental.
yeah, blatant murder.
Alright, is there anything else anybody wants to add?
Just to finish off about if you guys have any like, you know, preconceived notions of this or are against this movement, just look into it with an open mind. You just educate yourself on it, and just like there's many resources out there that you could use to educate yourself on. There's
And hold on,
articles.
I don't want to cut you off, but like part of educating yourself also to realize like the rioting is not with the protesting. It's a whole different thing. That's just people taking advantage, and it's a whole different. Of
You
what's
mean
going
the
on.
looting?
The looting, the rioting? Yeah, it's not the protesting. That's something completely different.
The shooting is not part of the rioting.
But yeah, we're gonna leave the link. That's gonna be the only link in the description to where you
Maybe.
guys could educate yourself. No, I'm just gonna put that link in there
Oh, okay.
because I feel like that needs to be highlighted and really like.
Mhm.
But yeah, guys, please.
Oh. Wait, you should also put a link to register for online, not online voting, but
Oh,
like
mail-in-
to
mail-in
get
voting?
your
To
mail
get your
ballot.
ballot, yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
important. Make sure to
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
guys,
If you're
just
if you're
please
as
vote.
tired as you say you are, vote.
NYC.gov.
I'll get the link.
There you go. That's your website.
And yeah, guys, please, voting. It may not seem like it counts, but like your vote counts, and like especially in these regional and local elections, that is when your vote counts the most. The national election, yeah, that's big and that's important, but your local elections are just as, if not more important than the national election. So please vote. Please educate educate yourself. Even if you feel like you're educated enough, there's still more room to educate yourself on this topic. And yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end this episode of the podcast. I hope it's been very informative, hearing our stories and such. And thank you all for tuning in. And we'll
on.
see you in the next episode.
Hold on, real quick. I typed in education into Google, and one of like the recommended was education of Dwayne Johnson. I don't know why.
All right. I heard you.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Bye.
All right. Curb stomp your daily cat.
Keep on mossing, stay brethren.